life before 109. They won't let you say you're going to do something and then I guess not do it. Whatever. Freaking StreamYard police. What the hell? Can we not get away from all this?
We don't need your stinking rules.
My hair. Comb my hair. Thank you.
Oh, it's going to be one of those days. I'm excited.
Where's everybody?
All right.
Okay. Let me get rid of all these warnings like we're going to blow. Okay. Yeah, it's just fun. See, and then you got to like pay attention to your straps. Aloha.
Oh, hi, Anita.
Oh, goodness. Everybody coming. Oh, this is Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
All right. I'm good. I've got to.
We don't know where we are.
I had to make sure that we were actually on. We are. Awesome.
Yeah. No, we're totally on. So
right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get prepared for the live.
Shoot, I forgot to get beads. I totally forgot to get some beads.
Oh, well, what the heck? Do you have any beads in your studio?
I don't know where I'll ever find any.
Oh God, I don't know. Do you know this little trick where you take your flat nose pliers and you scrunch the end of the wildfire so that you can get it through the eye of the jewel loom needle?
Best
you know that trick
ever, yes.
Yeah, I can't see. There we go.
Oh, all right. Oh.
I thought I saw little Frenchy ears, but I guess not. He left me. His new thing is to figure out how he'll scooch me all the way to the side of the bed, and then it's like he's trying to like lay on me somehow, and then he's like headbutting me with his big old French bulldog head, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna bruise. And then I wake up in the morning and he's like totally spooning like on my side. Yesterday was so funny because he like got in my little spoon back here, you know, and so he's snoring, so my whole butt's like vibrating. I'm like, how am I supposed to go back to sleep? Oh God, dog, you're killing me.
That's so funny.
So funny. Anyway. Yeah. The adventures of being single. In one way, I can't wait to start dating so that I can share all my trials and tribulations. But that's just between all of us.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I got to get in the right position here. You know what?
What?
It might be
Vicky says.
What?
Vicky says, have you seen the trick with a toothbrush to help thread a needle? I've never heard of this trick. You're gonna have to elaborate.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It does sound interesting.
Oh God. Okay, I feel very discombobulated. There we go. Okay. Please tell more. Wait, what am I telling Maura? There's no dating yet.
Maybe she misses the single life.
Yeah, there is not yet. We made a pack and we went out on the Duffy Halloween and it was so funny. We were just like all of this, all of it. Not until after the first of the year.
All of it.
All of it. None of it is available. It is in sacred water right now. All right. Hey, so several of you, not a few of you, had said that you were interested in the kit. And so the kit, everything should be here and it should be shipping out next week. So thank you to those of you that followed up with your order. And then there's still a handful of you that said you wanted one. Somebody actually said they wanted two. And oh, you know what? That might have been Rosalinda, and she might have taken care of that. I saw something come through. Anyway, there's not that many. So if you do want the kit, and then I'm going to be doing a tutorial once they all ship out, then and I think you got one, so you're gonna join along, right? And
Yeah.
yeah. And I got another color combination too, that if you all like it, we can get that one in too. So anyway, that's that story about that. And then, oh my God, I really can't even. I just can't. It really makes me want to paint this one.
Yeah.
It really does. Because I think the icons on the flowers, the space is bigger than the chakras.
Yeah.
And so that one really lent itself to like the colored pencils, but I'd like to get brave enough.
Yeah, you and me both. I'm thinking maybe paint markers just so that I have a little bit more control.
Oh yeah, like from Duncan has paint markers, like that kind.
Yeah, just an acrylic paint in a marker form. And then you probably need to seal it with something. I don't know if the beeswax would be enough, or if you'd have to put like a varnish or something over it to seal it. But
that would be
I don't
sexy.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see one with just stain on it. I think that would be beautiful. I've not seen one like that yet, but I'd love to see it done.
I know, and every time I go into my I think throughout the country there an Ace hardware store is kind of a typical place, right? They're kind of throughout the country. So every time I go into mine, I think about that, and I'm looking for a particular blue stain that I wanted to try. But we got to do like a whole.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
I was thinking. I want to decoupage the back of mine with flowers.
Yeah.
Like magazine flowers and book flowers.
Oh, that'd be fun. Okay. Yeah. So from just tear them out, and then oh my God, we did. Oh gosh, what was that called? If Tiffany was watching right now. Oh God, what was it called? Somebody might know. So back in the day when I was with Aleen's, we used the one glue and we did faux stainless glass for the entire booth. And I don't know if you probably don't remember when Aleen's was still in business at the shows. That's when the craft shows, the industry shows were like, you couldn't even walk down the aisles. They were so packed. But Aleen, they used to take like an entire row almost on both sides. I mean, they were huge. And so anyway, one year we did faux stained glass.
Wow.
And there was all this acrylic, and oh my God, we worked until like, I'm not even kidding, like midnight, 1 o'clock. Like we would work all day to do our normal job with Aleen's.
Yeah.
And then we would go to the studio, the TV studio where Aleen's Creative Living was being taped down the street. And then we would work on all these pieces of stained glass with the tissue paper.
Yeah.
So I know sometimes Tiffany watches these reruns. And so maybe if she remembers, she'll remember it was her mom. But I don't know. Are we scrolling okay? And thanks,
so.
Anita. Yeah. So anyway, so we got a lot of cool stuff going on, and I think next Wednesday we'll have even more cool things to share by next Wednesday. But
always a fun time.
It's always a fun time. Yeah. Can you see? So are we good, ladies? Our mics and our cameras and all that good groovy stuff. Good. I changed a setting in my phone. I just want to make sure that it's all good. You do like that? See, I just feel like I feel like a tie-dyed blankie.
No, you look fabulous. You look awesome.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's pushing it. I feel like I should be like, I don't know, like I should have a fancy, not a fancy, but like a drink and like, like doesn't, or like I should be stoned, maybe. I don't know. All's good.
No,
Island dreaming. Okay, well, yes. I am representing kind of like the Hawaii kind of feel, I guess you could say. Good. Okay, so we look good. That's all that matters. It's really why we come here. Once a week, we just want to know we look good.
It's definitely why I come.
Right.
I live for the moments when you call me sexy Sarah. That's like the best ever.
That's true. I have actually done stained glass painting decades ago. Oh, well, that's the real stuff, right, Vicky? I'm talking about like Lean's. It might have been paper what was that called? Paper applique.
Yeah.
Yeah, paper applique. And we were taking tissue and literally making faux stained glass. Aw, whoever that Facebook user is, you get to stay.
That's Ramona.
You get a Loom. You get a Loom. Everybody gets a Loom. Oh my God. Hi, Auntie Pat. My Aunt Pat and I just had like the longest conversation. And then the policeman came to the door. So that was funny. She was like, wait, did you see a policeman came to the door? So I'm at my mom's. And so I guess there's an abandoned car and it belongs to the guy next door. But the guy next door, I think he's not coming back. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So the policeman was asking questions. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So there's a lot of real estate. I like bow down to you between that and lamp workers.
Yeah.
No, seriously, lamp working is no joke. Like you should bow when those people walk by.
I agree. I agree.
One of the girls from Tennessee, and I feel so bad right now in this moment that her name is not coming to me. She's taught at the JTV. She's also like a fancy nurse. Oh gosh. Anyway, she had a studio at her house, and Dale and I went there one time. And Cougar.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to think of the girl's name because I know who you're talking about, but I can't.
I know. I'm so embarrassed. Sweet. Somebody from JTV is probably on here and they're going to remember. But because she taught at JTV and they brought in like all the things and they did one and she did like a class. But anyway, my point is just that you may think you can be a lampwork artist.
But you can't.
But you can't. You should just walk away from that dream right now. Yes, Del Cougar, but not Del because Del's the wire worker. It's oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe her name's not coming to me right now.
I know, and I know exactly who you're talking about, and I cannot for the life of me give you her name. She's pretty amazing, actually. She like kayaks and does all kinds of crazy stuff. Like she's just amazing all the way around. I can't remember her name.
Well, she's in the medical field too. So like her husband is like some rock star medical person, and she in her real life is a rock star medical person, and then she's a lampwork artist to top it off.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? We don't need your kind.
Making us all look bad.
Yeah, you're making us look bad. Rita? No, not Rita. Not Rita.
No,
Rita does all the...
I'm friends with her on Facebook. I just can't remember her name.
I am too, but I'm too embarrassed now.
Shoot.
I know. I don't know. We're all getting old.
I refuse. I will not. I will not.
Oh no. Old. That's not. And I'm just being funny because I'm such a rebel against all that too. Definitely not me.
No, not Jane, but Jane, she came to one of our Bead Society meetings in the very beginning. I just cannot remember her name.
I know. I can't think of her name right now. And I'm so embarrassed because I'm pretty sure I spent the night at her house. I know. I know we drink wine.
Well, see, then you get a
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Can't think of it. I can't find her either because I mean, I guess it's hard to look when you can't when you can't think of a name.
Yeah.
How am I gonna look?
It'll come to us. So
All
anyway,
right.
stick to
So,
weaving and stringing. No, I'm only kidding you. I think lampwork artists are like, I mean, I'm in envy because I thought, oh, I got this. And I tried to do my first thingy and it was like, nope.
yeah.
It is hard. They are master craftsmen, lampwork
Yeah.
people. They are masters. Yeah, it's so. Watch it take 2 a.m. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll get on.
What? 2 a.m.
She said at 2 a.m. one of us will pop on to Facebook Live and say, I remember her name.
Yes, you're right. You're right. She'll be coming to me in my dreams because I'm so embarrassed. Okay. So yeah, it was really hard for me not to go any further with my project because I kept staring at everything. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little ribbon. What? Why are you laughing?
Because I just put that stuff down. Mine's blue, but I just literally had that in my hand.
You just had this in your hand? Oh my God, that's so funny.
Mm-hmm. It's blue.
Oh, that's so funny. But it is kind of like the same mohair
it's
type
that.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roving stripes. So I'm going to use that. I used basic. We talked about it before. I just used some basic yarn for my warps.
Mm-hmm.
But, you could use, I would just say it's a little more challenging when you use something like silk. I've done it, but then things tend to slide. So that would be my only FYI. I've been doing some basic weaves with this big, crazy hunk of yarn. And I plan on weaving in some 8mm beads. So, and then what do you got?
What do you got?
What do you got?
Well, I can't leave mine alone. I don't have the willpower that you have. So I've been working on mine.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Well,
gorgeous.
But I don't know about this. I can't decide
like
if I want to. You think?
Yeah. Well, take your hand off. Okay, I mean, I understand what you're thinking of as a design from a design standpoint. And I'm just wondering if perhaps you couldn't put some big hole beads on the legs of those. That would look hot. Yeah, that'd be super sexy. So I think it's because I like the balance of it all, right? Everything. I'm almost feeling like you could do one more little thing right there, but you don't have to. But I could see where if you could find some big hole beads and even, I don't know, you could play around with even sewing some sequins on. But those guys need to have some sass for sure.
They do.
I get it. Yeah. That's all. Yeah. But I'm
not done. I'm not done. I'm going to keep going. But I was using that stuff that you had in your hand to do this.
Oh, yeah.
I was playing around with that. But the only thing is that I still have the ends. I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah. So many times I see where people tuck their ends in the back.
Right.
So even if you trimmed them and just tied them to the side warp. But then again, you could put maybe something on those two legs because they're kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too, Vicki. I like that.
Garnish. Yeah. Jane says garnish. It needs some garnish. I love that.
Yeah. it definitely lends itself to yeah. And I'm sure that Jesse James beads, don't they have like big hole?
Some big bohos. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I'm like. They're big guys, you know. My mom has been using those beads forever and a flipping day, like because she does pull chains, so they have to have like a bigger hole.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so she used to buy Jesse James before I think we even knew you know the real people.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so funny. But that's so cool. I love it, Sarah. It's really beautiful. So I was trying not to go forward, but
I couldn't stop myself.
you couldn't stop yourself.
No, but I've still
Well,
got a long way to go. So I'm interested
okay.
in filling her up. So
Yeah, no, it's going to be a very big piece. So, okay, well, do you have any room to do the knots that we talked about?
I do. I
Okay.
can yeah.
Okay.
I can start them, and I'll just start them like right in here. And if I
Okay.
need to, I can move them up and weave stuff underneath them later if I need
Okay.
to.
All
They're
right.
movable.
While you're doing that, I'll get set up for what I was going to do.
Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and turn you guys around. Maybe. Hold on. All right. Here we go.
That is so pretty.
Okay.
Is that like a slate blue and kind of a dirty brown with some
Yeah.
white? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I don't know why, but it's kind of got like a Chicago vibe. What is that? Like the city.
Interesting.
It's got like a city vibe. You know, like big city. I don't know. There's
Wow.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Huh.
Whatever.
I like it. I like it. All right. So I'm just going to do, if I can find my fibers here, I'm just going to do some more of the Raya knots that we did when we were using the fiber loom.
Oh, okay. Was that the fiber?
So I'm gonna, let's see here. I'm just taking some of the fibers that I was using and cut them into long pieces here. And I gotta decide how thick I want my knots and my tassels to be. So I think I'm going to use, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I think 7 will do it. So I've got 7. What?
She wants to know what the weave is called because it looks like an arrow.
I don't know what that's called. I have no idea. Do you know what it's called? Because I don't know what it's called.
Oh, I think it's the chevron. Chevron?
I guess so. Looks like a chevron to me. So
yeah, I think that's what I've heard it referred to.
And I can show you guys how to do that one too. It's super easy. But let's do
yeah,
I'd
like to
some
I
fringe.
would really be curious. I'd like to see how you did that too.
Okay. All right, so let's do a little fringe first. So I'm going to start over here on the my right, and I've got about six or 7. You don't have to make them super thick. You can make them as thick or as thin as you want to. I'm going to take the first 2 rows or the first 2 warps over here, and I'm going to lay all my fibers just across those 2. Okay. Then I'm going to take my right side, go behind the outer warp up through the center. And then I'm going to take the left one behind the second warp and through the center. And then just pull down. And that's going to make a little fringe.
Yeah, I love those all day long.
I do too. They're so fun and they're so easy to do, and you can trim them up. So I always start really long and then trim them up later.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
I'm going to do another one. Let me grab some more. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So the next little grouping that I'm going to do, since I did these 2 first warps, now I'm going to do 3 and 4. Okay. So I'm going to lay my fibers over. I'm going to go behind 3 and out through the middle. 3 as in the third warp. Then I'm going to go behind 4 and up through the middle. Bring them together and then just slide down. And it makes hair. I love it. It reminds me of fabulous long hair. Let's see another one. Let's see.
Yeah, I just screwed up mine.
Ramona said, could it be Dell Armstrong? That's the wire worker. We got Dell.
Yeah, because it was Dell and I went to her home to learn how to do lamp working. Obviously, Dell did a lot better than I did because, you know, with her wire working techniques and everything. And she was just, I don't know. I think you have to have some sort of programming in your brain to be able to do that because it's intense. It's super intense. Poop.
Went to the next 2 and pull down. All right, so I'm gonna leave those just like they are. I'll trim them up here in a little bit, but I'll show you guys the chevrons. Let me grab a piece of fabric to do that, or not fabric, but this yarn stuff. Okay, so to do the chevron, give yourself, let's see, I don't even know how long this piece is. Hold on, I'll tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got about 4.5 feet of this, which is probably way too much, but you want to be sure that you've got enough to go all the way from one side to the other. And so I take it and I fold it in half and find the loop at the halfway point. Okay. Now I'm going to do kind of like the Raya loops. And it's very much just making a lark's head knot. So I'm going to take the loop, I'm laying it across the first warp. I'm going to take the loop underneath, and then I'm just going to stick my 2 tails through that loop and pull. So that's how I get it. That's how I get it attached. It's just with that kind of lark's head knot. But now we're gonna continue to do that. But instead, since I don't have a loop of the fabric every time, I'm just gonna use the warp as my loop. So I'm gonna take, let's see, it might be easier to see it this direction actually. So let me kind of adjust here a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna take my 2 pieces that I'm working with. Okay. And I'm going to just, it's really kind of hard to explain. I'm just going to wrap them to the inside of the next warp and then out.
Whoa.
So it's exactly the lark's head, but I don't have a loop, so I'm just using the warp as like my 3rd piece of fabric.
Wow.
So you get 2 rows at once with this. So I'm just kind of folding them to the inside, I guess you would say. So taking my 2 ends, folding them underneath and then back up each warp. And so then as you go along, then when you get done, you can scooch them down together and they make that cute little chevron pattern.
Yeah, this is definitely a rewind.
Well, I might have seen this on Pinterest. I don't know where I saw this, but yeah, it's just,
that is super cool.
So you just go to the next warp, take your threads, fold them over and back under. So you're going to the inside out. You're just kind of turning it inside out.
That's so hysterical.
Now I'll go to the next one And fold them. And you can do this exact same pattern one at a time, but why? When you can do them both at once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can do just one and then come up and do the next row. But why, if you can do both of them at the same time, why not just go ahead and do
Yeah.
two?
Yeah. Wow.
And super easy. Like there's nothing fancy about that. That's just
Yeah.
you just kind of folding it in.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing that I've tried to say like all along about this whole weaving thing. It's like, I know that we like instruction and we like to see a pretty and we like to know, like when we were doing our rings, you know, it was very instruction. Here's the end result. But the
Right.
thing with weaving is like, there's just so many turns and cool things that you can do. And then you end up with this piece and it just speaks, I don't know. It's just so crazy. Like looking at your piece and going, wow, that really has like this big city vibe for me, you know? And
Yeah.
it's cool. It's
Yeah.
just so cool. And then you add the chevron pieces and then I'm thinking the racetrack, you know? And like
Yeah.
how you could take that technique and if you I don't know where racing came from. I don't watch racing, but like if you are a race car person fan, what is that thing even called? That when you watch the cars go around and around.
Like NASCAR?
Oh, NASCAR. Yeah. Some NASCAR. Got me some NASCAR with my chevrons. Yeah, so like if you were a NASCAR fan and you wanted to do those chevron thingies, that would be such a cool piece. Like you could
Yeah.
do it in your favorite car driver colors. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, okay? So just go with it.
I'm enjoying it.
I don't
I'm
know
enjoying
why
it.
I don't watch it. I don't know nothing about it except for that the hot young one, Dale Earnhardt. That's all I know. I just know about the hot one. Yeah. Yeah. And I did at one point even feel like there was a little Dodger vibe there because of the Blues and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't where's all the sports coming from? Like am I
I don't
prepping?
know. I
I
don't
might be
know.
prepping for my dating. I'm prepping. I have 2 months. I have 2
That's so
months. I'm
funny.
prepping.
I was laughing when you said that, and I thought you said, "Am I tripping?" And well, you might be.
I might be.
Am I tripping? It's possible. I've never
Oh,
heard you talk sports before.
I know. I don't know who I am right now. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I like going to baseball games.
Yeah.
When we lived in Jersey, we had seats at the Phillies. So that was really a lot of fun. I'm definitely a Dodger fan, like for my whole life. But
Yeah.
and of course I do have a little spot for the Phillies. I lived in Wisconsin when the Packers won the Super Bowl with Brett Favre and oh sweet baby Jesus, Reggie White.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I do have a soft spot in my heart for the Packers, but I grew up with the Rams. And I do love the Bears. I don't know.
I feel like everybody kind of loves the Bears. You kind of have to love the Bears.
Yeah. 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 I guess you're right.
Like,
they are kind of like that team.
Yeah, it's like the America team.
My brother watches NASCAR. See, Nicole? Make him a wall hanging. And see if he gets it. That would be really funny. Where in Wisconsin did you live? Okay, well, I like to call it doing time. Typically, that's how I tell my story, is that I did time in Wisconsin. And I say that with the greatest amount of love and respect. I was a California girl, born and raised on the beach, and my Josh's daddy, we got promoted to Wisconsin. We were in Portage, so, and we were there for 15 very long months. But I will tell you this, I learned about a part of life that I was very ignorant to. Like, you know, even though I was raised on a ranch and I have personally like taken part in the animal processing, I did not understand hunting. And now, having lived in Wisconsin, I learned that if a family didn't get, a buck or what have you, then,
Right.
their
Yeah.
freezer was empty. And you just don't grow up understanding that. So
Exactly.
I did get a really respect for why hunting takes place, which again, it's kind of weird because I was on a, ranch where we had chickens. We killed the chickens. I mean, I have a scar on my hand from stabbing myself accidentally with the chicken knife.
Oh my God.
I know, I do. I have a cross right there. You probably can't even see it,
Oh
but
my
it's a
God.
scar. I was a little girl and I was out at the chicken coop and my grandma had just like, I don't want to get gross, and I was like, oh, let's play with a knife.
Oh
And
my
I stabbed
gosh.
myself. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, so I was imported to Wisconsin for 15 months and then came back to California and then ended up in New Jersey and then came back to California. I considered doing it time too. Yeah, it was, but it's beautiful. I mean, what's the big city there? Oh, shucks. In Wisconsin. I think it's the capital, right? What's the big, not Milwaukee. The other one is very progressive and like very artsy. Oh my gosh, I can't remember anything today. And then there's where the Playboy Mansion was. What is that one called? Okay, so Madison, Wisconsin. Yes, that was absolutely beautiful. But then there's where it was the Playboy man, not the California mansion, but there was the original where all the old time players, whatever you want to call them, back in Lake Geneva. Thank you. God, see, do not invite me for word games, Pictionary, any crap like that. Nothing to do with geology, history. I'm screwed. Yeah, Lake Geneva is so beautiful. I got to stay at that place. I think it was when I was the spokesperson for all the Ben Franklins. Very cool. So, what are you doing, Sarah?
I'm wandering. I'm looking for beads.
Okay.
I'm finding things, but
Well, why don't I bring my camera down because I could just talk all day and I don't want to waste everybody's precious time.
Yeah, and then I got up and wandered off. So I'm not.
My God, so funny. All right, I'm gonna bring the camera down. Let's see. Okay. Whoa. There we go. Lock it into place. Okay, so what I did was I've got what we would refer to as a basic weave. So one row. And then I came back and I literally just took my needle and plopped up and then scooched over.
Ooh, I want to do that.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And this is like a no-brainer. Like it's not, technical. It's not. And let me do this one. I'll come in here. Yeah, so the fun thing is like, there certainly are some knots or loops where you kind of watch over and over again to get the, the rhythm of it. But for the most part, it's just kind of fun and easy to do some freestyling.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It's so much fun to just play and see what happens.
Yeah. So I'm just going to actually probably use my fingers here.
So you're just pulling each little.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up and then I'll go back and straighten out. Like I'm not going to, oh, wow, this is cool. That's really fun. Yeah, that's super fun. Well, that worked out. Then I'll just come back over here with the comb, and then I'll come back in, whoops, and lock it in with a basic weave. It's kind of like the little frillies on a skirt, you know?
Right.
So fun.
So are you pulling it before you, like, are you doing rows and then pulling, or?
So I did one row, and then I came back in and I pulled it. So I'll do it again. Let me just do one more here.
I don't think I left myself a big enough tail to do this. Let's see. I'll undo this one.
Well, remember also in weaving, nothing has to be perfectly, you know, like I could just do a little bit if I wanted to. So I pull it, and then let me scooch it back up, and then I'm just pulling it out. I'm pulling it back towards. So I'm just pinching the yarn, and I'm pulling and pulling and pulling. And then I'll look at all my little, oh, it's so cute. Look at how cute it is.
I know. And I love the fiber that you're using.
Yeah, this is really, I got this at Michael's. This is Lion Brand Yarns Wool Ease Roving Strips. And it's Lion Brand. And they're a good company. Now the only thing is, oh yeah, I might have just enough to do a basic weave. So let's see here. Because I gotta lock it in.
That doesn't look good. I don't like the way mine turned out. It's the material or the yarn that I used. Now I already fixed it.
Yeah. You need something a little bit more. This roving material is perfect. Okay.
Well, that's kind of what my blue stuff is, but I don't know if I want to put it right next to what I just did.
Yeah. Oh, I'm loving this. This is stuff, you know what this reminds me of is the 70s shag.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. This is like our little shag move right here. So if you want to do like some little super fun.
I love that. I love it. And I love the colors that you're using. I have got to get away from all of these dang neutrals that I have been using and like get some color in my world.
Yeah. That's, you know what, though, I'm guilty of that too. Like I'm really drawn to blues, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know, pink has been really screaming at me lately. Maybe because I'm really trying to hone in on my feminine side.
Ooh, it's thundering here.
Ugh. So yeah, so the thing with this though too is like it's so I had to cut into it because I wanted certain color. What?
That's so pretty. Sue says I love it I like when you talk and wander off. It's so real.
It is. That's true.
We are very real.
Yeah. Very. So yeah, so this is, you just want to make sure like anytime you're doing these knots, they need to anchor with a basic weave. And a basic weave is just what we've learned, under, over, a straight line. So, oh, well, that might be fun. Maybe I'll try to see what happens. No, I don't know. That's really pretty.
Yeah, I need some bright pops of color in my fiber stash. I'll show you. I got a bunch of I ordered a bunch of my favorite yarn. This stuff, this kind of fuzzy.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with this stuff. Yeah, I love the way that it hangs. There's just something about it that I really, really love. And I ordered it in a bunch of colors, and I was like, oh, I got a lot of colors. And then when I got them, I realized they're all muted, very muted colors. I'm like, I struggle. I struggle. I think I'm doing good in getting bright pops of color, and I just end up with like really muted, natural, kind of neutral colors. I just can't. It takes, I've got to really need somebody else to shop for me.
Yeah. Or, well, are you still not, have you not, you don't want to go to like Michael's and see how you
Well, I
feel
actually,
with other
I have,
humans?
yeah, I gotta
Okay.
go either tomorrow or Friday. I have no choice but to make a Michael's trip. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna hands on some fibers this
Yeah.
week.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty impressed with what they have to offer when it comes to fibers. I mean, they're not unique, or, well, that may not be a fair statement. They're not, I mean, listen, you're going to have to spend a lot of money and go on Shopify, and go on Etsy, um, to get like unique, one of a kind fibers.
Right.
But if you're just looking for some fun stuff, I mean, I found all this at Michael's. So, I think they have, I think they have a great variety. I've not, well, does Joann's carry? I don't even know if Joann's carries. And to be honest with you, I know they're good for fabric. And Hobby Lobby has some fibers, but they don't have a plethora.
Right.
So,
yeah. Our Hobby Lobby section for that is really small.
So, I think it's fair to say that as far as the mass market goes, I would say that Michael's is the way to go for getting a good deal too. And then if you want things, like you've seen some of the stuff I've used, I mean, it's expensive though, because it's unique. Nobody else is going to have it.
Right.
But, okay. So I love this. Do you see what, I didn't even plan this. So I've got like the turquoise sandwiched in with the purple. Look how pretty that is.
I know. It's so pretty. And mine is so
Yeah.
drab. Yours
It's
is
not
gorgeous.
drab.
Mine is so boring.
Okay. You have the city. You are the concrete, beautiful, modern, structured, sexy weave. And I am the ice cream parlor.
I want to go live in the ice cream parlor.
And I am paying you rent. So therefore you are on top.
Anne says, can this be done on the small goddess?
Yes. It can be done on the small goddess. These techniques can be done on all the looms. So if you want to make a little patch on the mini moon loom, if you want to take the original Mama Jewel loom, the blue jewel loom, you can do these techniques on the baby loom, the weaving goddess, yes, the fiber loom, all day long. And not for nothing, with the fiber loom, you could incorporate Neely's silver silk.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. We should do that. Like, try to figure out how to. But I'm digging this. This is real. I think I'm going to leave this combination the way it is. And now I just have to see. And you know what? I think my beads that I picked are going to look pretty. So I'm going to do that. Whoops, I hope I have a long enough piece here. So
right,
I think I have to move my, there we go. Awesome sauce. So I'm going to keep this out of the way so you all can see. Oh, that's so stinking pretty. I'm loving it. Do you guys like it? Do you like this look?
Yes, so good. So pretty.
Yeah. And real simple, easy peasy. Yeah, I like it a lot. So I'm going to take the end of my wildfire. Wait, somebody says something about, oh, no. Okay, I gotcha. Okay. Where am I going to go? I think I got to go right here. So I'm just taking the wildfire and I'm going to tie on to the warp.
All right. I moved mine off the table for just a second, guys, because I'm going to cut some of mine a little bit. And then I'll put it down.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just so everybody doesn't wonder where I've gone.
Where's Sarah?
I haven't wandered too far. I'm still here.
Okay, so I'm going to take the wildfire under the warps, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alleyways. So I'm going to bring in my 8mm beads. So what did I say? 5?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Giving mine a haircut.
Okay, these are a lot to put on here. Okay, so I'm going to bring them under. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. That might be, see if this is going to work here.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Whoa. So this is going to be a little fumbleina, but we'll get there. So just bear with my hands, you guys. I'm just doing a normal weave.
Ah!
What?
Okay.
God. Killing me. Are you okay?
I am.
Okay,
I'm
just
good.
okay. So I'm gonna get my hand out of here in a second. I'm making sure that the needle is not going through the warp, or I won't be able to move my beads.
Okay.
So let me just get the last one here. Whoops. Okay, awesome. Okay, so beautiful. Perfect. Okay, so there's a little row of beads in my weave.
I love it.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. So probably what I would do, they look like little bowling balls. That's so funny.
It's all sassy and fun, and mine looks like a 1970s couch.
Oh my God. You are so funny. It's not a 1970s couch.
It totally
Actually,
is.
have you looked at the, I mean, there's some stuff out there right now where I'm just like, God, who is putting this together?
That's
Not
what
in
I
the
feel like
jewelry.
about this.
Yeah, like in the just fashion, and I'm like, I ain't wearing that. I don't even know who you're talking to. You need to take that romper room crazy up to your eyeball shirt and dress and go back home, because mama ain't not wearing that. Okay, so to tie, so what I want to do is I want to get back under the warps and through all the bottom holes to put this into place.
Right.
So I'm going to have to maneuver here, and hopefully I can keep you as a part of this process. Let's just see. Okay.
All right. So let's see. He says, can you show how to go back the opposite direction on the chevron? So I haven't gone the opposite direction on the chevron yet. I haven't tried that yet. But when I figure it out, I definitely can show you how.
Yeah, so much of what we're learning is on the fly here.
Yeah.
All these new new techniques for us. Okay, so hopefully I did that right. Whoops. Yeah, so basically I just wanted to go back through the bottom of the beads to secure this in. This looks really pretty. So yeah,
right.
let me bring this up to the camera.
Dumping out beads. Sorry about the noise.
Oops.
Okay.
Does that look pretty good?
Yes, that looks awesome. That looks really, really good. So
Okay,
how
good.
many times do you think you need to reinforce?
I mean, I'm feeling, let me touch it, because I haven't wiggled it around. I think I might do it one more time for giggles. But only for giggles. Let's see here. What is that? Like a bean counter? You know how when you have the beads and you roll them and
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you call those things?
I know. Like, what is that? Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm really happy with that. Except for what is that? Okay. Almost got unhappy. So yeah, so there we go. Whoops. Nice. Abacus. Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, let me bring this back around. So I think we were successful in showing what we wanted to show, and you snuck in the chevron. That's awesome. We hadn't talked about that, so I'm super stoked that you were able to do that. I'm going to do this one more basic row of weaving. So when that happens, when you get a pinch on the side, you need to like loosen up that that weave so that you don't distort the warp. But look at how pretty. So I'm definitely going to need to find something because this is too heavy for me. So I've got to break this up. Not exactly. I think I'm going to come in and do more loops with something that has a texture to it. I think I have something. Hold on. Don't go anywhere.
Jules is wandering.
I know I have this really pretty blue. I have the gold. Here we go. This is where the studio gets all torn to pieces. I don't know what happened. Because you're in a frantic way trying to find something.
Oh, I see Anne's.
Yeah.
Anne says her wants to know if her Facebook is the only one freezing, or is it just if. And I gotta tell you, mine on my computer is completely frozen, but the one on my iPhone is trucking right along. But yeah, mine is completely frozen over on the computer. So you're not alone.
So I might do some of these guys to break up this crazy here. Or
Ooh, yeah.
I might even do. I also have this.
This just gets worse and worse. Okay, now it's like reminding me of Grover from Sesame Street. Mine is just not working for me.
What?
That
what
purple
are you doing?
is fabulous. I added beads to it.
I love that. Oh my God, I love that.
Here, it looks like a Muppet.
No, it doesn't look like a Muppet, sweetie. Where did you get that from? It does not. You're so funny.
No. Okay. All right. Turn this around.
Okay. Woo. Nice. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to hold mine up. Whoops. Oh, it looks like I could do one more. Yeah, I got to break that up. I'm not liking that. Let me put my needle in here. So, whoa. So yeah, so I want to figure out something to break this up. I'm either going to put some loops in there with the blue, or I might do both. I got this purple, but this is too heavy for me. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to, you like the sequins?
Yeah. I do like the sequins a lot. Those are awesome.
Okay. I don't know if it's going to lighten it up enough though. So I'll probably make, I'll maybe twist those together a little.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, because I don't know that that's going to be enough to brighten it up. So put its dress up.
All right.
Like
So
I'm
here's
weaving
mine.
crooked.
Mine looks
I
like.
love it.
No.
Are you kidding me? What?
I don't know. I don't. There's something about it. And now it's really unbalanced. And I don't know.
But that's a cityscape, girlfriend. It's a cityscape. Everything in the city is high and low and vivacious and old and new. I mean, it's so symbolic. I think you need to sit with it. Don't you dare
I'm
take it
definitely
apart.
have to. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm definitely going to sit with it and see what happens.
Yeah, I love it. I love what's birthing. It's so badass. Sorry.
I don't know. I feel like I cut this too short and it shouldn't be all the same length. And
Let
the
me see
beads.
Let me see your bottom. Okay.
See my bottom?
I think, is there any way you can add something to the bottom and make the bottom longer? Then I think everything else will weigh out correctly.
Oh yeah, I can add fabulous more of this to the bottom in a different color. I think is in need for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have a very it's whatever is birthing, I would not destroy it. It's a very interesting story. It's like when you're in New York City and you're like, you're on the Upper West Side one moment and you're in Times Square and there's just like all this different stuff happening, and it's every little element in New York is like beautiful, whether it's ancient or new. There's just so much. And that's why the first time I looked at it, I was like, Chicago. There's something so beautiful city-wise. Like, I don't know. It's just interesting.
I like it. You make me like it better. For sure.
I feel like I just had a therapy session with your piece. Maybe I'll start that business where bring your fiber art to Jules and she'll sit with it for a therapy session.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh my God, so funny. I love it. It's so cool. Okay, you guys, are you working on yours? Because we would love to see it.
Yes,
so definitely
absolutely.
see some progress over the next week of how you're doing with your pieces. And we did last week, so you can go back and watch it either on YouTube or in the group. Sometimes I think it might be a little easier to find it on the YouTubes. Yeah, because Facebook kind of hides stuff, and you're like, I know I just did that live. Where the heck did it go? But it does take 24 hours for it to populate on YouTube. It's streaming over there, but for it to show up on the Jewel Loom whatever page or whatever, it does take some time to populate. So skyscrapers, exactly. And then you'll have like 1,000-year-old church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's something so I'm thinking. Yeah, it's just like a walk. There's some sort of a walk through the city, and just, I don't know. I love it. I love it. Don't go changing. Try to please me. I love you just the way you are. I know. And we're not even drunk or high.
That's why you're one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Oh my God. All right. I think we've just gone over a little bit, but you have so many you have the chevron, you have the Raya knot, you have the loopy thing, the ribbon, I'll call them the ribbon loops. Mm-hmm. And we sewed in beads. That's a lot of technique.
That is a lot.
That's
we covered a lot of things.
Yeah. And I really think that at this point, let's get our pieces going and we'll bring them back into the group. And yeah, So, because I'm not too sure what else would make sense. So I think we should focus on these techniques. That's a lot. Rya loop, Rya knot, basic weave, the ribbon that I just did today. I'm going to call that the ribbon effect. Sewing in beads and the chevron. That's a lot of technique, you guys. If you want something more, but I think that's a good, I think let's start using our creativity in our stories and come back next Wednesday. Maybe you could start posting your progress and then we can help you. Like maybe you've got it to a certain point and you're just kind of like, okay, I don't really know what to do. Kind of like how we just helped Sarah.
Yeah.
If that's cool with everybody. Natural fun is always good fun. Yes. Yes, it is. I don't like to be unconscious. I like a good glass of wine. I don't like to be unconscious. I like to take life sober as much as I can.
Me too. That's just such a funny way to put it.
Especially while all of this is unattainable, unattachable, do not touch. See me next year. See me next year.
Oh God. That's so funny.
Okay. Love you, love you. Don't forget, get your kits because there's only a couple of them. So if you asked for one, they're in the shop. The new flower weaving goddesses are in the shop, the small and the large. The photos aren't the best because we literally just got them and Marina's got to take care of that, but they're hot off the press. And that's pretty much my story right now. Where are you at next? Tell everybody where do you go? Because you're like everywhere.
Well, next for me, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning on the Jesse James Beads Facebook page. Okay. And then 1 p.m. on Friday on the Sarah Ellis Designs Facebook page.
That's East Coast time.
Yes. Sorry, guys. East Coast.
Follow-up Friday.
Yep. So for follow-up Friday, what do we have? We're going to work on the original loom.
I think people are wanting to and need just,
Perfect.
Some original loom love.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Okay. Be well. Be happy. Be blissful. Be joyful. Be you. Be you.
Yeah. Be
and
you.
Protect the temple. Protect the goddess temple. I'm here as your goddess to tell you.
Stay conscious.
Stay conscious and protect this. And this. Protect this. All right. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.